Hello everyone, this is Showtime 112. This is the final episode covering the Romanian Air Force's involvement in Operation Barbarossa. The previous episode concluded in late July 1941. Previously you heard how Romanian armed forces joined Germany in the invasion of the USSR, advanced into Bessarabia, and eventually recovered all the territory ceded to the Soviet Union under coercion, just before the war. The Romanian Air Force, equipped with a mixture of German, British, Polish, Italian, and indigenous aircraft, achieved considerable success, but also suffered casualties. Up to this point, more than 5,000 sorties had been flown, with 88 enemy aircraft claimed shot down and another 108 destroyed on the ground. Romanian forces admitted to losing 58 aircraft in combat. One of the fighter types that suffered notable casualties was the Heinkel 112. 30 of these German fighters were delivered and assigned to the 5th Fighter Group, consisting of 2 squadrons. This unit was mostly tasked with air-to-ground missions, which led to high losses. In August 1941, No. 52 Squadron handed over its remaining Heinkels to its sister squadron, No. 51, and converted to the indigenous ER-80. No. 51 Squadron, now with the remaining Heinkel 112s, was temporarily reassigned for home defense before being moved to the advanced trainer role. The other main German fighter flown by the Romanians was the Bf-109E. 50 airframes were delivered before the war and were heavily used in the initial operations, also suffering significant losses. Any loss of a foreign aircraft was irreplaceable to the Romanians in 1941. British types for obvious reasons, and German types because the Germans were unwilling to deliver replacement aircraft to their allies during this phase of the war. The only modern fighter capable of filling the ranks in Romanian squadrons was the domestically produced ER-80. After regaining the lost territories, the Romanians continued their advance towards Odessa, a major port on the Black Sea coast. As Odessa was beyond the range of aircraft based in Romania, most combat units were ordered forward to air bases recently operated by the Soviets. The principal Soviet fighter unit opposing the Romanians was the 69th Fighter Regiment, equipped mostly with Polikarpov I-16s. On August 4th, a flight of Bf-109s encountered I-16s while escorting bombers. One of the Romanian pilots, Liviu claimed the Polikarpov. However, his own aircraft was damaged during the engagement. Klopoțel made a forced landing north of Grigoriopol, radioed his position, and was rescued by a Focke-Wulf 58 that landed and picked him up. Combat grew more frequent, and 4 days later, Romanian Bf-109s again clashed with Soviet I-16s, known to the Axis pilots as Ratas. A flight led by Lieutenant Bocshan intervened as the I-16s attempted to shoot down the Romanian ER-39 biplane. Romanian pilots claimed 4 I-16s shot down in this engagement. While some of these claims were certainly exaggerated, the Soviets were probably even more prone to overstatement. On August 8th, pilots of the 69th Soviet Fighter Regiment claimed to have shot down 9 out of 12 Bf-109Es encountered over Odessa. Romanian records show no losses on that date, and even German records only note 2 Messerschmitts damaged on the entire Eastern Front. Perhaps the largest aerial battle of the campaign occurred on August 21st over Dalnik. Several Bf-109s from the 7th Fighter Group engaged 12 Ilyushin Il-2 Sturmoviks, escorted by about 20 Yak-1s. The Romanian formation was led by the Fighter Group's CO, Alexandru Popișteanu, who ordered Captain Alexandru Manoliu to attack the Sturmoviks, while Popișteanu himself engaged the Yaks with 10 aircraft. The Soviet fighters, positioned above at 6,500 feet, took advantage of their altitude, diving onto the Messerschmitts as they climbed. On the first pass, the Soviets hit Popișteanu's aircraft in the fuselage and cockpit, wounding the Romanian commander. Instead of bailing out, Popișteanu tried to land but crashed his fighter and was killed. As some consolation for losing their commander, other Romanian pilots were able to claim at least 6 enemy aircraft in the battle. September 21st was the date when the Odessa campaign really culminated. Soviet forces formed the bridgehead at Chebanka-Grigorievka, which threatened the right flank of Romania's 4th Army, and the Romanian Air Combat Grouping sent all available aircraft against the Soviet bridgehead. The fighting lasted 10 hours, with Romanian pilots claiming 10 Soviet aircraft shot down. Soviet fighters claimed 20 Romanian aircraft destroyed, but Romanian records show only 1 lost to enemy fighters, along with 4 more lost to flak. Ultimately, the pressure halted the Soviet counteroffensive, and Odessa fell to Romanian forces on October 16th. After the fall of Odessa, a relatively quiet period followed for the Romanian Air Force, with pilots mostly carrying out reconnaissance missions or intercepting Soviet aircraft on similar assignments. Things remained calm until August 1942, when Romanian forces began engaging around Stalingrad. In 1941, the entire Romanian fighter force flew more than 8,500 sorties, claiming a total of 304 Soviet aircraft shot down and another 71 destroyed on the ground. When claims made by bomber gunners and flak units are added, the total exceeds 600. It's estimated that the Soviets had no more than 300 aircraft over the southern front, which clearly indicates that Romanian claims were greatly exaggerated, likely by a factor of 3. Soviet airmen were even worse in this regard, often reporting highly unrealistic numbers. The leading Romanian ace of this campaign was Bf-109 pilot Nicolae Polizu with 8 kills. A Hurricane pilot, Andrei Radulescu, was credited with 7 aircraft shot down. However, under the unique Romanian scoring system introduced later in the war, which counted the number of engines rather than airframes, Radulescu had 14 victories, as Hurricanes often engaged Soviet multi-engine bombers over Romanian airspace. Under the same system, 46 pilots were considered aces. However, only 18 would meet the standard Western definition. Romanian losses amounted to 59 fighters, including 20 ER-80 or 81s, 9 Bf-109Es, 5 Heinkel 112s, 23 Polish types, and 2 Hurricanes. The period after the Odessa campaign was used for reorganization. Most squadrons flying Polish fighters received ER-80s, while the Germans supplied 15 second-hand Bf-109s. That concludes our coverage of the Romanian Air Force in the early phase of World War II. There is much more to tell, including the Stalingrad campaign and the desperate defense of Romanian airspace against American heavy bomber raids. Let us know in the comments if that's something you'd like to see, and as always, keep watching Showtime 112.